Mentioned was CopaPrime Plus, and CopaPrime Plus is really a fantastic cognitive functioning product. Again, this one was over 3 years in development. It was on the drawing board at the early stage of being a white paper when I came on board. I saw the benefits to it. I know that cognitive health is a major need of our associates and potential associates. So we put this one to the front of the list and pushed it through. This product it performed extremely well. The science on it looked very solid, but again, I'm not one of those guys that goes off of just white papers. So we actually put this one through several consumer tests, and then we just put it through a double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical study in Australia. The results of which will be published probably later this summer, so either August or September. So we'll be making a big deal about that once that clinical study is published. But I'll tell you, I mean, quite frankly, it performed way better than I could have dreamed it would have performed. It had dramatic effects on people's learning and memory. And not only that, but we did brain scan imaging when people were doing the cognitive battery of tests. And we saw that people's brains were actually working less hard to perform these complicated cognitive tasks than people who were taking the placebo. So what that means is that's an effect called neuronal sparing. And that's kind of the holy grail of nutrition and cognitive support. And not only that, but this effect was achieved with one dose. So the study that we did was an acute study, not a chronic study. And we found within one dose, within a couple hours, people had just dramatic effects on their brain. So we feel very strongly about this product. This is one of those products that I think is going to be very useful. You know, I think to my own age group. You know, I'm 54 right now. My memory is really good. You know, I'm very blessed. You know, my parents are older. You know, my parents are in their early 80s. You know, and knock on wood, you know, I've supplemented them for a lot of years, so their health is very good too. But I think about people in their age group, and I know that this product would be very useful for people in that age group. But then also I think back to students. You know, there's a lot of students out there right now. My son just started college on Monday this week. So my oldest son started at the University of Utah. I'm very proud of him. Beautiful, wonderful student. You know, I'm sure he's going to do great in college. But I look around at what the college kids do these days, and it's very competitive. And what I've heard is that there's actually a lot of students out there, you know, that hopefully they don't do it all the time, but maybe they do it during exams or whatever. But they take nootropic substances like Adderall, which is a prescription drug, and, you know, to improve their performance on tests. And, you know, I think we can see that Adderall is not a solution for anything. It's an amphetamine, basically. So it boosts performance in a very artificial way that's not sustainable, not safe, and not healthy. Whereas I think there's a huge opportunity out there for products like CopaPrime, you know, that do this in a very natural way. It uses botanical ingredients. It uses American ginseng, bacopa, and then what's called whole coffee fruit extract. And whole coffee fruit extract, people think, oh, that's caffeine. It must be all caffeine. It's not all caffeine. It's actually got very little caffeine in it, but it's got a lot of compounds called flavonoids in it, which are known to be beneficial for brain functioning and circulation within the brain that enhances brain function. So anyway, so I'm very excited about this product. I think it's going to be just a great long-term product for USANA. I think that, you know, all over the world, 24 countries that we're in right now, brain health is a huge concern. But in a lot of cases, it's for different reasons. You know, so like in places like Japan, they've got a much older community, not a lot of young people, but they've got a lot of older people, a very aging demographic. I think that they'll find this product to be very useful for their aging population. Whereas you look at Philippines, Mexico, some of the other European countries, Italy, where they have a very young demographic. And I think this product will be very popular with younger people because it's a very safe and effective neurotropic that gives them that energy and that focus that they're looking for without having to resort to, over caffeinating themselves or using some sort of weird prescription drugs that are very unhealthy for them. So anyway, so I'm very excited about this product. I'm excited about the clinical study that's going to be published. And then also we have future clinical studies that are on the drawing board right now. We're going to be looking at the acute effects of CopaPrime. We're so impressed by what it does in a acute setting. We're delighted to see what it will do in a chronic setting. So anyway, so just stay tuned for that. There's more to come. Again, this isn't going to be a launch and leave. We've actually got the clinical data developing right now, and that'll be follow-up to the product launch.